Go.
Hi, good afternoon. What day is it? It's Thursday. It must be Thursday because I'm here. It seems like ages since I've been here. I did the Monday, and then because I was in Hochanda on the Saturday, I don't think I did one after that last week. So hi, it's nice to see you. I have seen some of you on Zoom. We did an elephant Zoom class this week, where they bought the kits, and we went through how to make an elephant, and with my normal garbled instructions, they did really well. They all ended up with elephants anyway. So that's what I've been doing today. We're still packing Hochanda. We're still waiting for bits to come in, but be rest assured they're on their way. Some have already gone out, and other ones we're just waiting on a couple of things to come in, so they'll be out as soon as they can. New things in the shop. We've had the wool. We've had our Starcraft order in, so if you're waiting for any colours on the special DK, they're in. And we had these from Sirdar. Now I've only brought over 3 colours. We've got a pack of all the colours, and they are just delightful. These are the Sirdar Snuggly, so you've used them for your baby jackets and things. This is just taking it up to the next level of age, so they're really bright colours. So we've got 3 different pattern ways. This one's £9.95, and you've got 8 designs in it. Then we've got another one which is 4 designs. Where does it say? Perhaps it's just the one. It's 4 pages. Yeah, it's just the one. So it's actually the jumper, and these are £4.50, and this one is this Lush jumper. Does anybody want to knit me one? So it shows you that it in other colourways. Okay, so I only brought over the red, white and blue, but I don't know whether Alex can get them quite close up. You can see it's a good weave. So it feels like cotton. It is it's 50% cotton and 50% acrylic, but it really does feel like a cotton weight. They're £2.50 a ball, but they're 50 grams, and the amount that you need roughly for a jumper, she says confidently, for a 3-year-old, you're going to need it's not no balls, it's number of balls. I'm thinking, why would it say 3 for no balls? You need 3 no balls. So anyway, you're going to need 3 of one colour, 2 of another and 1 of another for the 3, 4 and 5-year-old, and then it goes up by 1 ball in the main colour for a 6 and 7-year-old. So these go up to 7. Yeah, they're 3 to 7. So that's the intermediate age, and I think they're lovely, but I just don't knit. So if anybody wants to knit my kids something, I'm quite happy to supply you with the pattern and the wool. So we'll move on from there. Right, I finished sewing last night about 12:30. We did the VAT yesterday, so it's just been really busy, and so yeah, I didn't get to sewing until about 9:30 last night. So somebody asked for a pouch to carry masks in, and you wanted a pocket for it being clean and a pocket for it being a dirty one. Okay, so I came up with this. Now I've cam snapped it because I've used the long thing, but you could just use a normal popper, okay, or you could sew it down. The one I saw on Pinterest, they actually used hot glue. I didn't like that idea at all. So the idea is you've got the long zip, which you can open it without unpopping it, but the poppers give it a handle. And because it's supposed to be clean and dirty, I've done it in 2 colours, but there's no reason why you can't do one colour inside. So and then you've got the zips, and look at that, they've even got colours inside that match the outside. So I'm really chuffed with this. We're going to make a few changes to it. We're going to add more pockets because we all love the pockets. So when I write the pattern, I will redo it with extra pockets in. So keep an eye out for that. Tina, you did ask for it to have all the measurements, but like I say, 12:30 last night, and I haven't brought my pattern with me, so we're wiggling through this. Who's there? Alex? Before I start wibbling more.
Let's call up. Sheila, Sandra, May, Heather, Jean, Kate, Natalie, Wendy. All people joining in.
A lot of people. So welcome. Right. We're going to measure these as we go. Anything? No?
No.
Sometimes I see his face and I wonder what you are all saying on the other end. Right, so this first one, because of the zips, sorry, no pattern, no brain. I've got 3 zips in there. I've got the long zip, which is about 15.5, 16 inches long. Now, if you've got a longer zip, just put a longer zip in. Shorter zip, as long as it reaches down so that you can attach it. But if you don't mind it hanging around, then that's, you can use any size zip for it. We're going to look into having an open-ended zip, which would actually work even better. So I've got a long zip, and I've got 2 7-inch zips. Okay, I think they're 7s. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, they're just over 7. But about 7-inch zip. Okay, so you need those. 2 sets of poppers or cam snaps, or you can just sew them down if you want to. For outside fabric, you need, if you're going to make it the same as this, you need a 7 by 11, okay, and outside. You need 2-inch strips for your binding, okay, so I've just cut those at the length that I had. You have 2 fat quarters and you'll be able to make this. You can see that you could make it out of little bits of scrap. I've got, because I've done 2 colours, I've got my 2 batiks, hashtag standard, 7 inches by 8, 7 by 8, and you need 2 of those. And then if you're going to do it in one colour inside, then you need 3 7 by 8s, or 2 7 by 8s and 2 7 by 4 1/4, because you're going to lose your 1/4 inch, so that makes it an 8. Okay, those are the outside fabrics of your pockets. And then your lining, you're going to need 4. I seem to have 6, but that's okay. You need 4 7, they're not 7s, I might wibble with those. You need them 7 by 3 3/4, 3 1/2, 3 1/2. There'll be a pattern eventually. Okay, so we'll start. Now we're going to put the zips in. We don't need those right now. So we're going to sew this one together first. Are there any questions or statements or anything there yet?
Sandra said a good idea having a clean colour and a dirty colour, like your green and the pink.
You know me, Sandra, I'm full of good ideas. So we're just going to sew this one together so that we got a whole piece, and then we'll put the zips in. Now, it's quite a good one because the binding holds all the, covers all the raw edges, so we can just sort of put it together. I like that. Okay, so we're gonna iron that out. Did I need it on one side? No, doesn't matter. So you can either iron it like you do when you're quilting, or like I said, we're working from here now, and that can be a dangerous thing. Okay, so that one's going to go in the middle, and you want the pink to go on that side and the green to go on that side. Okay, don't need those. And we're going to put the green zip in there and the white zip in there. So it doesn't matter on the size of your zips as long as they're at least 7. All right, so we're going to start with this end here. So you want your zip is going to sit like that, okay, eventually. So the nice thing about batiks is it doesn't matter which way round I put it because it's going to work. So we're going to, you need to sandwich, put your zip face down. I should have picked up a slightly longer zip, they're easier to play with. And then you're going to take one of your inside fabrics, which are a tad too small. Look at that. And do I take everything down to that size? Or what we could do is I could cut 2 more, couldn't I? Hang on, Tick, I'll be with you now. No, because they're 6.5 as well. No, they're not. What are they? Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be with you in a minute. Oh, we could do it that way. That's right. We'll do it that way. Okay, so we need a... Oh, I'm going to chop that off. Where is it? Okay, welcome to Sarah Jane Sewing. Right, chop those off because we don't need those. Where's that bit? There we are. And we want them to be 3.5. So 3.5. That's a 6.5. So we're gonna have to go 7 that way, 3.5 that way, 7 that way. Okay. No. Yes. You can imagine what I'm like at home. Do I do this? Do I do that? My scrap basket is huge because I've got all these different sized things in there. Okay, so that's the 7. We need a 3.5 that way now. I think the other one is going to be too small, so we'll cross that way. Oh, look at that. It's 3.5. That can't be 3.5. It is. Okay. So let's go back. Go back. So put your outside face up, your zip face down, your fabric, inside fabric, face down. Okay. Now if you're not certain on these, then by all means tack. I like to tack my zips in because I haven't got to deal with, it's still too small. I cut them the wrong way, didn't I? Oh well, we're doing this, okay? That's why it made 3.5 and 3.5, because that makes 7. Okay, so we're going to change this. I don't like that. Okay, we're going to change for the zipper. Normal foot. Okay, and we are going to move the thing over there. Right, so I'm using the zipper foot now because we're using a zipper, and we're going to sew this on. Okay. So I'm leaning I've brought my foot over as far as it'll go onto the left, and I'm going to run this part of the foot along the zip. Okay. Okay. So what's the weather like with you lot? It's drizzly rain today. I had to go and have blood tests done today, so I walked up the hill. Get me walking, I didn't take the car. And I got up there, I thought I was going to die. Right, so you see we've got the zip now has sat in there. So I'm going to finger press that, and you want to top stitch it, okay, like that. So we've got our first bit. This is a really nice way of doing it. I found it quite a nice easy way of putting a zip in this. It was cool. Right, where are we? Buttons are different. I've said this, I don't know how many times. Right, okay, so that's our first bit. So now we want to put it so that the other pink piece is going to go on the other side of the zip. So again, we're going to put our outside pocket fabric face up, and we know it's face up this time because I've put a seam in it. And we're going to put the zip piece face down, like that. Now normally you would have a better sized pocket. In fact, I'm going to make a better sized pocket. Oh no, you probably lose that. If I put that more in the middle, you're going to lose that in the binding, aren't you? Okay, so we're going to put that by there, so when you flip it, it will sort itself out. So the idea is that you put your fabrics right sides together and sandwich your zip in the middle. Okay, anybody saying anything there while I'm sewing?
Jean got a scrap pack this morning.
Oh, cool.
She has lots of squares to cut out now.
Yes. Oh yeah, the all the 2.5 inch squares. That's going to be an interesting class. I love that quilt, it's lush. Okay, anybody else?
Taryn says looking forward to that course. Hopefully my pack will arrive soon. I don't know what.
I don't know when the scrappy quilt. I don't know when that one is. It would be coming up soon. I don't know if it's this weekend because it's Sarah's birthday tomorrow. So, and I know she's doing something Sunday on the crafting show. It's always a worry that it's not going to work out. Look at that, beautiful. Beautiful it is. There we go. So you could sew it closer. I got it a lot closer on the last one. If your zip's slightly bigger, it doesn't, the zipper doesn't get in the way on this one. There we go. So I'm going to top stitch that. Okay. And then we put the zip in the other side. Okay. Oh, let's cut that. Move over. So yeah, I know. To be honest. So I'm top stitching. At home I would take more time, but I'm always aware of the time here. It takes more time to work out where the buttons are. Okay, so you can see that we now have a zip in. Alright, pretty cool, and it works, look at that. Okay. So now we're going to put the other zip in. So you still want your fabric face up and your zip face down. Make sure the zip goes in the same way. Although if you put the zip in different ways, it would make you think when you went to open it, have I got it round the right way? So we're going to pin. Hang on. No, we're not going to put that one on. We want to put this one on. Where's the other one? What have you done with it? We're going to put one of these in because I can't find it. Okay, so again, you want to put that. Now that's a lot smaller. Where did I put them? There they are. When I used to make jewellery, I used to start crafting and I had to have a clear table. And as my day went on, it would just get smaller and smaller and smaller, the area that I crafted in. So eventually I was just making jewellery in this and I had debris everywhere. And that's pretty much how my house is at the moment. Okay, so we're putting that in there and then we're going to sew this one in and then you flip it and you sew the next one in. It really does come together quite quickly, especially if you have all the right pieces. Okay. Anybody else saying anything?
Oh, I think the gimbal just died.
Oh. It's not working.
I know it's back on now, but I don't know if it's just going to turn off again.
No, keep your hand ready. Are we still there?
Yeah, we're still connected.
Cool. So Hochanda, I don't know whether you watched it. Each time I went to do a demo, the bloke was coming up and whispering, can you not do that when you've sold out? It was like, yeah, that's right. Right, I'm going to top stitch this one. such a cool way of putting the zips in. Sorry, there's a lot of sewing here. Okay, so you all with me so far?
Apparently that scrap quote is next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
10th of September.
So yeah, don't forget, I mean, Sean's going to send out our reminders and everything. Sarah's on the craft shows. She will tell me, she'll tell you if it's not right. I'm pretty certain it's the craft shows, the ICHF thing. At 11. It's supposed to be on at 11. Oh, I think we've died. Okay, so that could have been a little closer, but it won't matter. And for the last one, again, right side up, zip down on top, and then we put this one on top of that. That's right. So. Now when you cut yours, you're going to make it so that it's the same size as this. Okay, I can't reiterate that enough. And really I should have cut more, but I think it should be okay. If not, you've got secret pockets. You've got pockets within pockets. Okay. There we go. And I think we're going to, we've been talking about opening on a Saturday. A lot of you can't get to us. I don't think it will be for the next couple of weeks because we've already planned our Saturdays. But it's something that we're going to do. So many of you have said that you can't get to us during the week. So we'll open probably reduced hours because most of you, if you want to craft, you're going to be with us in the morning anyway. Anybody else saying anything?
Kate and Jean both said they saw you on Hochanda and everything was selling out super fast.
It really was, wasn't it? So I'm just happy that people liked my slippers. It just, you know, can't tell you what a buzz that gives you. Right, have I done this right now? Ta-da! Look at that! Somebody was saying yesterday they went on a zip course. Oh, I think that is very cool. I think just a course to show you how to put a zip in is a really good idea. Okay, so we're just putting the last top stitch. Now, I would normally put a top stitch in slightly larger than the one I'm sewing with, but I forget to put it back, so I've just done it in the normal one. Okay, what happens next? We're going to fold at the zip, okay, like that, and we're going to pin that down there. Now you want to make sure that all of this lines up underneath, okay, and you're going to pin it all together. Alright, so you're going to pin that there. No, I'm going to pin it that way. So what you want is the piece underneath to meet. your lining. All right, so when you open it, you've got your lining there, but you want it to meet, and then you're going to mark with a Frixon or an air erasable pen. You're going to mark down to the end of your thing, because you want to catch this in this seam. Now it's about 3 inches. If I'd have done them the right way round, they would be 3 inches. Okay, so you're going to do that there, and we're going to then pin this down there. Make sure it's flat there, and we're going to now sew. Oh, that's right, 3 inches, and then sew 1/4 inch from the line. I'm making it up as I go along. Right, okay, let's put the other foot back on. There we go. Let's put that back to normal. No, I'm going to put that to 1/4 inch. That way I can run the edge of my foot along there. Okay, so off we go, hopefully. Okay. Alright, so you're going to sew, what you're doing is you're sewing the lining down. Make sure it's all flat underneath. So you're creating the pocket to all intents and purposes. Okay, so when you take these pins out, you've got the pocket inside. Okay, so you've caught the pocket there. Alright, so that's one. You've got to repeat it on the other side. So you're going to bend it like Beckham, and you're going to make sure that these line up together. That's the important bit, is that you get those in place. And you put that down like that. So what plans have you all got for the weekend? I can't believe we're in September. I mean, people are still haven't finished doing their summer holidays, let alone September. And the kids went back to school. Erin went to school today. She's my 6-year-old granddaughter. And it just seems strange, really strange, that that school's already back on. And I know those of you that have been at home with kids are all saying, but we've been at home with them for 6 months. I realise that, and I haven't had to do that. But it still seems strange that all of a sudden it's here. So, I don't know whether we're going to see this. I should do. Nope. Let's see if we can find another colour other than pink to go on the pink. No, I don't think yellow's going to cut it. There we go. Because I can't see that, can you?
No, with the ruler on top.
That's true. Right. There we are. We did the pink on the green and the green on the pink. So I've taken that down 3 inches. Alright. So you can see it's going to catch it because we've got another 1/4 inch as well. Now you could change the size of these pockets. I might look at that. So just keep an eye. We might do different sizings so that you'll be able to make bigger ones. I think you work to the size of the zip that you've got. It's like people say, well, what type of backing do you need for a quilt? Well, you work to the size of your quilt. So with this, it will be work I'm going to wear this button out. There's one that lifts your foot up and down. So you work to the size of your zips and what size pockets you want. So now you can see we have the pockets. Ta-da! Are you impressed? Because I am. Okay, so now we want, I'm going to go with this, and I think it was a 4x6 that I was going to try. So we're going to, that's it flat. Your mat's as bent as mine, sir. So we're going to go 4 across like that, because you're going to want to put it in there. And what we're going to do is you need 4 across. What's that going that way? That one's 6.5. Yeah, we can work with that, I think. Let's take it down half. Take it down to 6. That was what I was aiming for. Because I'm doing it sat down, I think. I don't know whether those little bits there are Sarah's rubbish bits. You should probably come back and say, why is there all this in there? Okay, so we've got 4x6. Okay, now what we're going to do is put them right sides together. This is really technical, this is. Right sides together, and you're going to fold them in half to get your crease. Okay, and then you're going to fold it in to it, because what we want is the 2 folds that are going to wrap round your your pockets. And then what we're going to do is, we're going to measure that, otherwise they'll all be the wrong size, won't they? I'm going to take that down 1 inch on either side. It's going to be a bit steep, isn't it? We take it down 2. You're all watching the workings out of my brain. Right, that'll be better. We're going to make them straight. I'm going to go down there, and we're going to go from your line, you know, your folded line, like that. We're going to do that. Okay, and now I'm going to cut it off. There was no need for me to draw it, was there? I could have just cut them off. Alex, why aren't you keeping an eye on me? I don't know about anybody else, I'm starving. So, any more comments there, or have they all left me? And I'm going to come back later when I've finished wittering.
I think everyone's just concentrating.
Okay, so with 1/4 inch, you're going to sew along all the sides, all your kinky sides. Okay. What is the time? Oh, yeah. So 1/4 inch. Let's go back. Along here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn this inside round the right way and fit it to your pockets. Right, I'm going to cut the corners like that, so they're easier to, like that. And then we are going to turn them round the right way. can now iron those kinks in, all right? So we're going to iron it in half, like that. And then we're going to iron in there and in there. Okay. So you now have, we iron that back that way. You now have this, and these are going to fit around your pocket ends like that. Okay. So this is the scary bit for me anyway. I'm going to chop the end off there. I'm going to chop the end off there. And this is where the last time I did something, we ended up with no zip. Because I pulled the end, I cut the end off and then pulled the zip off. So we're not going to do that this time. So you're going to fold this. You're going to want your pocket. Make sure you've only got one pocket. Your pocket end needs to sit at the bottom of there. And you're going to fold that around like that. Okay. Like that. Now you can always, if it overshoots that way, you can always trim it off afterwards, because again you just trim it. Okay, so we're just going to do that in that one, and you're going to top stitch down that one. Now you want to be sewing over your zip, because you don't want your zippy bit to come off. So I would reverse and go over that a couple of times. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop at my line there, because I'm not sure where it will go. You can see that this is a different size to the one that I did, because I can't remember the size, and I do remember that I wanted it to be bigger. Right, we're going to do the same with this pocket. Now this is going to fold in like that so that it will all fit. So what you want to do is do exactly the same. Make sure your pocket is flat, and you're going to bend it over like that. And this is going to be more difficult because I've still got the stopper on there, so we're not going to have to go quite so far. Which way we're going? That way. Okay. So any more comments?
Nope, that was coming.
No. Comments are good, people. It gives me something to talk about. I'm not as good at coming up with things to say. Saw a post from my sister, or not my sister, my brother-in-law. They're in New Zealand, and they're going into spring. So first day of spring, they got snow. I still find it really weird that they live in a upside down climate to us. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I don't want go there. Right, there we go. So you can see now that you've got a gap there in the middle. Alright, so you'll be able to put if you're going to use it for masks, you'll be in the middle there, you'd be able to put your gel or something. Okay, so we're going to do the same on the other end. do this and this. It's quite quick now, really. So you probably, I can see your double zipped pouch 0.2030 coming up. So I have that right there. What did we go down? 2 inches, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Go down 2 inches there and there. So what's everybody having for lunch, or have you had your lunch? I expect them to answer there and then. Do you know what I mean?
I expect there to be a little chorus of voices turning up.
So, sorry, I forget that they're on. Okay, 1/4 inch again. So, anybody got news? Any babies born? You're going to buy the wool and make some clothes for little uns? Okay. No, nothing? I'm missing my holiday this year. We go to Greece quite often because it's quick to get there. We like Greece. It's hot. We like the sea and the sun and stuff. So yeah, we haven't been away this year and I've missed it. However, everybody seems to be going caravan holidaying, so that might not be a bad idea. We'd have to take the dogs, and I'm not sure. Copper's a bit grumpy, isn't he, Alex? To be taken away. See, even Alex is not talking to me now. Okay. Now, you could top stitch this. This would hold it together a lot better if you top stitched it, but I'm very aware that we're going into borrowed time. Now I'm going to actually fold that back that way. This little lion is getting really warm. We've had another one in one of the orders if anybody's interested. Okay, so we're going to do the same on this side. Okay, I've moved my zip. Make sure you move this over, otherwise you could chop it off and it'll be on the wrong side. That's one. And 2. Okay, so again, you want to lay it down and fold it over and pin it. Okay. So you want to make sure that it goes down about the same as the last one. Like that. This grey fabric, now you know me, I like a bright colour. I like, for me, bags, I like the plain on the outside, and when you open it, it goes pow at you. That pleases me. So I thought I'd use the grey, and it's beautiful fabric. We've got it in a couple of colours, or we've got it in at least one other colour. It's the Flower Garden, and flower is spelt F-L-O-U-R instead of the other way, and it's mostly so that you can it's supposed to depict, quilters used to use the flour sacks because they could sorry, brain went then. They used to use the flour sacks for quilting to add to their other bits of fabric, and the flour companies decided that they should, you know, make their flour more, people want them more desirable. That's the word I'm groping for. So they made them prettier, so that people would buy their flour rather than another one, because they wanted that fabric, which I thought was quite a good idea. Okay. We might have to do part 2. Okay, so we're going to do the same, again, the same here. You're going to fold it down in the middle, and then you're going to fold that end piece over there. Okay, don't want it too tight, but we want it, I don't think I took it up high enough. Okay, we're going to do that there. Okay, so we're getting there, I will talk you through some of the next. Okay, so foot down, take a reverse, over the zip. Now, it will also depend on your zip. If you've got a metal zip, I don't suggest that you start going up and over it. Okay, so now you can see we have your bag like that. Now, where's my big piece? So your big piece, you put that down. Let's tidy up a minute. Okay, so you've got your big outside piece, which will be the same size as the piece that you're left with. Now I've made a bigger piece here, so my bottom has spread. There's a story in my life, that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to pin that there, like that, and like that. And then we're going to make sure that it's spread out, but without stretching anything, really. Okay, so you're going to spread this as far as you can. Now you can see that I've taken up some of the bottom, so we're going to trim that off. Okay. If you cut it bigger, you've got that ease then to sort it out, haven't you? Okay. Now what we would normally do is I would normally now top stitch all the way round. Okay. So you would top stitch all the way round the outside, just to hold it down and in place. But we are going to go to the next bit. Now you're going to cut your 2.5 inch strips, you fold them in half, and then you fold them in together. Okay, now I've already ironed all of that, so we're just going to put the crease back in. So you do that. Okay. think sometimes some of these projects that we do at lunchtime, they could do with like a time lapse. I did promise I'd do a time lapse for my elephants. So you're going to take this now and you're going to put it on the long sides, going down the sides like that. You're going to put it over and pin it. Okay, don't worry about the raw edges on the end because you're going to cover that again with another bit of binding. Okay. Okay. Any news? Anybody woken up yet?
Sandra said, and I think this is about Hochanda, I find it strange that that once they've sold the product, they can't demonstrate the item.
Yes, I always think that, you know, if you have it there ready, that's the thing when you do it as a video. When we were doing it video from the shop, you didn't know whether they were going to sell out, and you didn't have another project that was sitting ready to go. Right, these bits here, these sticky outy bits, you have to decide which way you're going to fold them. Whether you're going to fold them to the outside, like that, or to the inside. Now, I sewed yesterday's to the inside. I think they sit a little better. So, I'm going to fold that one to the inside. Okay. Like that. Now this is a lot easier if you've top stitched it, okay, because you've already folded those and made them stay in place. Okay, I'm going to do that one, I'm going to do that one, like that. Oh, there's somebody at the door. Is he going?
I think so.
Nope, he stopped.
Do you want
Give me
to take
that. So, we'll try not to put... Oh, I heard him. Try not to put it upside down this time. So, you can see that we've got it pinned. Okay, so I'm going to now sew this, and because it's the same size on either side, we're going to sew it so that if I sew it at 1/4 inch, it sews both sides down together. Okay, and we're going to do that on both sides. Okay, so there we go. Was it for me?
No, I didn't check.
Oh. Right, okay. So what was Sandra saying about wrapping?
I wouldn't mind if you wrap my parcels up in nice fabric.
Oh, that would be a really good idea. Yeah. You could get through your stash quite well at Christmas, couldn't you? And then people would feel sorry for you that you'd lost your stash and would give it you back. And save on the paper. Trouble is, people might walk off with your stash. Okay, I'm folding that down there. I'm folding them in. Good thing about working till midnight last night was I was able to listen to my book. I miss that's when you're top stitching, you would sew these bits down. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure that I've got them in the thing. Yes, so I managed to listen to my book last night, which makes me very happy. I used to read a lot, I mean, I didn't really do hobbies. I just read. That was my hobby. But I don't do anything else, not even housework or anything. Dave lives on sandwiches if I read a book. This is why I read so much when we go on holiday. I love reading. I like it when you're in a different... I like different worlds, not just different countries or anything. I like to be in a different world. And if you put magic and dragons with it, I'm a happy girl. So I'm reading one called The Wandering Inn. It's really good. Okay. So I'm going to sew the one side down. We'll go from there. So back to the machine. So, what's the time?
Just gone 2.
Just gone 2?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to sew this down, and then I'll talk you through the rest of it. I can't believe I've been butchering for an hour. Sorry, girls. Okay. So I'm going to sew this down so that you can see it. It would be just my luck now, I'd run out of bobbin, wouldn't it? So because I'm sewing this at 1/4 of an inch, you can see it's all going down. I could probably have moved my needle back to the middle, actually. And it would hold it better. So again, this is a lot easier if you top stitch it first, okay? Okay. This is what happens when you come up with these big things. Right, so can you see where, as I've sewn it down, these have come out like the gills on a gilly thing, a lizardy gilly thing. So what you would then do, once those 2 are sewn down, you're going to take your long zip, you will centre it, okay? You're going to centre it on the one side, so you're going to want it that way. So you're going to put your zip, put that down there, centre it, and you're going to sew it on, okay? You're going to baste it on, so just a quick running stitch. Then you're going to, no, you're going to do it that way. You want it face down that way, and you're going to sew it on. Face up. We're doing it the right way. Face up that way. Sorry, my brain is firing now. Then you're going to add your binding down the length of your zip, and you're going to fit it. You're going to put that under there, bearing in mind this is all basted so you can manoeuvre it, and then you'll put your binding over the zip, okay? So you're covering your raw edges on the end, and like that, okay? So you would sew that on there, and then you would repeat it on the other side, so that you end up like that, okay? So your zip goes on the right way round. Now I put it on the wrong way around because my zips, but you just bind it on straight on there, then sew some tabs on the end, and then you can either sew it to your binding, or you can put poppers, or if you've got cam snaps and you want to play with those, you can do that. So you can either put it on the bottom or put it on the side like that. Okay, and there you have a double zipped pocket thingy. I will write up the pattern as fast as I can and get it out so that it makes more sense. I hope you're still with me. I will. We'll see you Monday. Okay, bye.